There are three reasons why we feel that Donald Trump has missed on a golden opportunity. Number one, America's ties with India have been under considerable strain recently. Despite strong objections from Washington, India went ahead and signed a $5.4 billion deal with Russia to buy the S-400 missile defense system. A visit to New Delhi would have been a good opportunity to iron out any differences for Mr. Trump. The second reason we believe the Trump administration needs India on its side, especially at this time when it is locked in a trade war with China. A strong India-America partnership is an effective counterweight to China's growing aggression in this region. Point number three. In 2015, Barack Obama had accepted the Modi government's invite to attend Republic Day celebrations in India. Despite domestic commitments, Obama made time for a visit to New Delhi. Had Donald Trump accepted this invitation, it would have signaled a continuity in America's policy towards India. Meanwhile, Trump's domestic engagements/challenges are quite a handful. We believe that. Here's the latest one. A caravan of migrants has been marching towards the United States for several days now. People from Guatemala are crossing over into Mexico. They're hoping for a passage into America. They are homeless and they're desperate. They're ready for whatever it takes to escape the life of misery back home. Chaotic scenes were witnessed at the Guatemala-Mexico border. Take a look.
Pelting stones, pulling the rails of this iron gate, attacking the Mexican government's eye in the sky. These are scenes from the Guatemala-Mexico border. Rendered homeless in a foreign land and desperate for a new life. This group of migrants wants to enter Mexico to eventually reach the United States. But as Mexico tightens its border patrol, migrants are venting their anger at the officers manning these gates at the border. And when they couldn't get it anymore, security forces retaliated. They fired rubber bullets and tear gas shells to disperse the hysterical mob.
We've transported people with sunstroke who have received blows. And we've also transported a person who was wounded in an unconfirmed incident. It is said that this person died.
Mexico, on its part, maintains that they will allow passage only after following due process.
The Mexican government rejects the violence that took place on the border with Guatemala. It reiterates that the only way to enter Mexico is by complying with immigration laws.
The unrest comes as a larger group of thousands of Central American migrants continue their trek north. Despite the wall coming up between Mexico and California, or at least a part of it, and undeterred by a threat of military action from Donald Trump.
If we let the country fail, we'd have no problem. But we don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. So you're going to see we called in the military, oh, they're ready. And I wish I could just tell them, and I say it, caravan, turn around, you're not coming in, I'm sorry.
Thousands of men and women have packed their entire lives in small boxes, hoping for a better life. But as the struggle to reach the United States becomes a matter of life and death, these migrants are ready to even break the law. Bureau Report, World is One.
1 GB data is cheaper than a small bottle of cold drink in India, and the 21st century belongs to India. This was Prime Minister Narendra Modi's key message in Japan. Take a look at what transpired in Tokyo as Mr. Modi signed some key pacts with his Japanese counterpart, Shinzo Abe.
It was a packed schedule for the Indian Prime Minister. Narendra Modi meant business at the 13th India-Japan Annual Summit in Tokyo. And this was his message.
Friends, 21वीं सदी एशिया की सदी है, लेकिन इसके रूप स्वरूप पर प्रश्न है। किसका फायदा होगा, क्या करना होगा, ऐसे बहुत से सवाल हैं। लेकिन एक बात साफ है कि भारत और जापान के सहयोग के बिना 21वीं सदी एशिया की सदी नहीं हो सकती।
The groundwork for this crucial summit was already laid out by Sunday's informal talks between the Indian Prime Minister and his Japanese counterpart. Shinzo Abe called Modi one of his most dependable friends, hosted him at a personal villa in Yamanashi for a private dinner, a first for any foreign leader. The two leaders spent almost 8 hours together. Come Monday, both countries inked crucial pacts, pledged partnership in maritime security, space exploration and digital growth.
हमारे बीच पूरी सहमति है कि हम अपने सहयोग को डिजिटल पार्टनरशिप से साइबर स्पेस तक, स्वास्थ्य से रक्षा सुरक्षा तक और सागर से अंतरिक्ष तक हर क्षेत्र में अबाध गति देंगे। मुझे बताया गया है कि आज जापान के निवेशकों ने भारत में $2.5 बिलियन के नए निवेश की घोषणा की है।
हाई स्पीड रेलवे मेरे और मोदी जी द्वारा बढ़ावा दिए जा रहे जापान भारत का नया युग का प्रतीक है। मुझे खुशी है कि पिछले वर्ष गुजरात में आयोजित की गई ग्राउंड ब्रेकिंग सेरेमनी के बाद आज थोड़ी देर पहले हमने नए येन लोन की प्रदान करने के लिए सहमत हुए हैं। हाई स्पीड रेलवे के अलावा दिल्ली मेट्रो, भारत के उत्तर पूर्वी क्षेत्र में पुल निर्माण इत्यादि कुल 7 ओडीए ऋण प्रदान पर अभी हमारी सहमति हुई है।
The two countries signed 6 agreements including high-speed train and naval cooperation. Remember, Japan is lending 88,000 crore rupees to India for the Ahmedabad-Mumbai bullet train that will run 21 kilometers in an undersea tunnel. India will repay that loan over half a century. India and Japan also signed a $75 billion currency swap agreement that will help bring greater stability to foreign exchange and capital markets. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visits are usually incomplete without his address to the Indian diaspora.
साथियों, आज भारत डिजिटल इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर के मामले में अभूतपूर्व तरक्की कर रहा है। गांव-गांव तक ब्रॉडबैंड कनेक्टिविटी पहुंच रही है और 100 करोड़ से भी अधिक मोबाइल फोन आज भारत में एक्टिव है। भारत में 1 GB डेटा कोल्ड ड्रिंक की एक छोटी सी बोतल से भी सस्ता है।
Bureau Report, Wion.
Many say the ties between Japan and India come unattached with political baggage. Shinzo Abe calls Prime Minister Modi one of his most dependable friends, and Modi calls Japan the quote-unquote cornerstone of India's Act East policy. The trust is mutual. So let's rewind a bit to understand how Indo-Japan ties have shaped up under Prime Minister Modi and Shinzo Abe, and what's the report card like in the last 4 years since these two leaders have been meeting. How much has been achieved on the big-ticket promises? These two leaders have worked extensively on 6 factors: economic relations, nuclear energy, connectivity, maritime security, regional issues, defense and security. Narendra Modi first visited Japan as Prime Minister in 2014. The two leaders agreed to set a goal of doubling Japan's investment in India by 2019. Japanese investors are bullish on India. A survey of more than 600 Japanese manufacturers said that 75% of them selected India as their investment destination. Bilateral trade made a quantum leap. Japan's investment has reached $4.7 billion in 2016-17 in India. When the Japanese Prime Minister visited India, he committed $12 billion to Modi's Make in India initiative. Perhaps the highlight of their chemistry is India's upcoming bullet train. Last year, these two countries launched India's first bullet train network that is set for a 2023 rollout. India is borrowing 88,000 crore rupees for this project to be repaid in 50 to 60 years. The bullet train is part of the ambitious Delhi-Mumbai industrial corridor that will see the setting up of new cities, industrial parks, ports and airports. This makes Japan the third largest source of FDI into India after Mauritius and Singapore. But why did India turn to Japan to get its first bullet train, you may ask? It's because Japan's Shinkansen system has a glorious safety record. Not a single accident has taken place in the last 53 years it has been in operation. The project did witness some hiccups in India. There were reports of Japan pulling out of the project due to farmers' protests and land acquisition problems in Maharashtra. Another high point of the India-Japan report card is the Indian Prime Minister's effort to bring two ancient cities, Kashi and Kyoto, together. The two countries signed a pact under which Prime Minister Modi's constituency of Varanasi, or known as Kashi locally, will be developed as a smart city with cooperation and experience of Kyoto. The pact was in line with Modi's vision of building 100 smart cities across India. This was in the year 2014, but the plan suffered a big blow when, despite the Prime Minister's assurance, Banaras or Kashi fell short of the first smart city list. Bumpy roads, traffic congestion, age-old drainage system, poor sanitation are problems that continue to bother the residents in Kashi. Then comes a nuclear cooperation deal. It was initiated in 2010 under the previous UPA government, but it was inked during Modi's tenure during his visit to Japan in December 2016. This deal helped India get access to sensitive technologies that would generate clean electricity. India and Japan have also managed to successfully take on Chinese aggression in the Indian Ocean region. Maritime security is another aspect where this relationship has grown by leaps and bounds. The Malabar exercise and consistent military exercises between the two countries are conducted to keep China in check, apart from fighting threats of piracy and terror. So there's a lot of scope in this relationship going forward, and this is what the report card for the moment looks like.